And today's topic is on dynamic creative. So we're going to go into that a little bit on dynamic creative with Facebook ads. And as we get into all of this, we can also ask questions. So part of the strategy, let me go into the strategy or the topic or the format for today. Sorry, trying to find the words as I'm getting acclimated with this live stream today. The format for today is I'm going to be teaching a little bit about dynamic creative with Facebook ads in 2024. So we're going to be talking about that today. That's what the topic of the training is today. And then for those that are on live with me, you can absolutely ask questions. So if you're joining me in my Successful Facebook group, Successful Facebook Ads group, you can comment in there, anywhere else on the live stream. And I'll make sure to receive your comments and give you feedback to any questions that you have while I'm on live with you today. Okay. And so we're going to do a Q&A. We're going to do a little bit of a training. And then also I have a new thing available that I want to talk about, which is going to be a live workshop that's coming up on June 20th. So those two things, again, topic of conversation is all about dynamic creative with Facebook ads in 2024. And we're going to do a bit of Q&A if people have questions. Then from there, we're going to talk about my workshop, which is coming up. And I'm really excited about it, of course, on dynamic creative. So today's going to be a little bit of a sneak peek on it. And the reason I wanted to do this topic and this conversation today on dynamic creative, if you're watching live or in the replay, let me know in the chat if you have used dynamic creative with Facebook ads. Have you used dynamic creative with Facebook ads? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because people have really gotten some really good results. You know, these are my clients, me, all the things. We've gotten really good results using dynamic creative. And it's something that I've really leaned back into going into 2024. Okay. So with Facebook ads, things are always changing. And that keeps me busy because there's not one way to do things. There's not one way to market a business. There's not one way to get clients. There's not one way to run Facebook ads. There's not one way to set up your funnels and your products, right? So I try different things. So I am a marketer for 20 years now. I've been doing some form of marketing or advertising for over 20 years now. And I love to experiment and I love to try new things. And so when I see results happening for myself and my clients, I want to give that feedback to you to help you so that you can find success in your business, right? In your business. It's all about creating success in our business. It is all about creating a business in which we love and that we love to show up with every single day. And we love all of our clients and all the things, right? So I'm all about that. But I also love testing things out. I'm not afraid to try new things and see what's working and just put myself out there. So this is part of showing up on the live stream every single week. Just on a side note, I am committing to showing back up for my audience, and I will be showing up every single week, most likely on Tuesdays, unless I have something going on, to doing a live stream every single week on all of my channels, including Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and all the things. Okay. So I want to talk about dynamic creative because this is something that's working well, that I've been seeing people say work well. And I'm also getting really good results, not only for myself and my clients. Okay. So we're going to talk about it for a moment here. So again, give me a hashtag live, hashtag replay if you're here before we get into today's content. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about, setting the stage for dynamic creative and what that is all about. I really want to talk about, and I love these little banners. I'm playing around. This is a new thing for me, playing around with StreamYard, which is super fun. When I talk about dynamic creative and when I talk about Facebook ads and kind of where we're at with Facebook ads, is you can actually don't need a crazy amount of skill sets in order to be successful at Facebook ads. Like I would say years ago, because I've been, I've been doing Facebook ads for over 5 years now. And it used to be that your skill set had to be like way up here to make it work because it was so complicated. And the beautiful thing about Facebook ads now is that it's going a lot more streamlined and automated. And we're going to get to that on bullet number 2, but you can run Facebook ads like a pro. Like, you can learn this. I want everybody to know and hear this. I truly believe everyone can utilize and learn Facebook ads in their business to help create a business, a more successful business, and build a business that they love. It's something that I've been doing for years, is utilizing Facebook ads to help me grow my business, right? And so I want you to know that in this day and age, it is possible that you can learn this for yourself. You can learn this for yourself. Okay? You don't need as many fancy skills as you used to need a couple years ago. Things are changing because Meta is taking away a lot of it used to be like you go into, by the way, when I talk about Facebook ads and being more simple than they used to be, trending with Facebook is it's going a lot more what I call machine learning. It's going a lot more automated. You don't need the bells and whistles like you used to. So I will still say, by the way, I do not, and I say this, I'll say this on every live stream, I do not recommend boosting posts. I recommend running your ads inside of the ads manager on desktop, okay? Assuming you are running ads on Facebook, on desktop, in the ads manager. There's just a lot less things you need to pick now. So it's feeling a lot less complicated in there. And so that's why I say that you can run Facebook ads like a pro. You can figure this out for yourself. And I want to empower every single person that's watching live or on the replay. And if they want to learn Facebook ads, you can learn it. I want you to know you can learn it. Okay? That's something I didn't know when I was started years ago that I would be good at. And yes, I have a marketing background. I do have a marketing and advertising background. But it was a lot more complicated 5 years ago. It's gotten it's a lot different. And even in the past 6 months, it is massively changed, okay? So again, recap, anybody can run Facebook ads, in my opinion. I think everyone should learn it. If you're using advertising in your business, which I don't know why you wouldn't, is building a business that grows faster. Don't need as many fancy skills as you used to. It's more automated and more machine learning than ever. So there's a lot less settings and there's a lot less confusion when it comes to Facebook ads, okay? So I want everybody to know that. That's the first thing that I wanted to share with everyone today. So I do want to do, before I get into the little bit of a training on dynamic ads, I do want to talk about, what's new with Facebook ads. I want people to understand what has changed. And I'm going to keep repeating this every single week so people understand, because when I've been working with clients, I have, several different ways, obviously, to work with clients. I work with them privately still. I have a membership, I have courses. So I have all the different ways to work with people. And again, obviously, you want to make sure you work with someone that really knows what they're talking about and really gets results, right? So don't just work with anyone. I was talking to someone yesterday about that. I was like, you got to work with someone that you know, that you trust, and that actually gets results. But when I put in the context of what's new with Facebook ads in 2024, things have changed massively. And so I want to speak to that a little bit. And I am running ads really different than I did a couple years ago. So a couple years ago, like, you had to set up so many different ad campaigns. And now it's like you can set up 1 or 2 and you can be done, right? It's not as fancy anymore. So if you are making things more complicated than you need to, with your Facebook ads and even with your funnels, I invite you to simplify a little bit, right? Because simple is a solution. But let me talk about for a moment, like, where it's going. Overall, there's 2 things I really want to share with you. I want you to know that audiences have massively changed. They have massively changed, okay? We are going broad with audience. We're going picking a lot less targeting with audiences, okay? I mean, I'm picking where it's like just everything open. Age is open. Like all the settings on the audience. Honestly, if you didn't want to pick any settings on you could, right? So audiences general are broad, and the reason why is Facebook has changed. There's been some updates on how we run ads and really big updates on audiences. And they are no longer requiring us to put in all the information. And in fact, they're saying less is more. Like, don't pick so many things on our audiences anymore, and let Facebook figure out who your audience is. Okay. Let Facebook figure out who your audience is. Well, what that means though, what that means is because audiences don't matter as much anymore, we really need to lean into creative. And so this is why over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be talking about this, because it's that important. And when I talk about creative, it is the most important thing. You got to be testing a lot of stuff. In my opinion, I see a lot of people giving up. Like, just in general, I felt like that was a bit of the energy yesterday. Or in general, like, it's too hard. I'm not getting the results that I want, all the things. And when it comes in the context of Facebook ads, people give up too early, in my opinion. And you got to go through the process of testing. And when I say testing, it means looking at your ad creative and really thoroughly testing and putting out a lot of different ad creative to test. When I say ad creative, I mean copy and ad design, ad copy and ad design, to get the results that you want. And so if you run one ad one time for 1 week and you're like, oh, it didn't work, I give up, like, then you're not in it, right? Like, and so me as a marketer, I'm not afraid to test. I love testing. I love putting new things out and seeing the results that I'm going to get. But in my opinion, in general, when it comes to Facebook ads, either people don't know what is working right now, like they're setting up things in the way that used to work a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago, because they're just not in there as much as I am. And so they're setting it up like incorrect based on where things are going with Facebook, meaning that things are more machine learning, things are more automated. We don't have to pick as much stuff anymore. And they're not focusing on the right thing. So then they're like, oh, it's not working. Well, it's not working because you didn't test enough creative to know whether it works or not. And you gave up too early. There's a reason why people do really well with Facebook ads. But again, it's all about preference, right? So I'm not here to tell you today. Obviously, if you're watching this live or on the replay, I would hope that it's something that you're open to doing. But I'm not telling you it's the right thing, right? I will say though, it's always, I'm going to just be a little bit, I have to throw this in because I just have to say it today. I always see online, it's like, I got a huge following of people and I made zillions of dollars, right? And I didn't do any advertising. And I kind of, I don't want to say laugh at that, but I say, like, does Coca-Cola really like go, this year I'm really going to try to go organic and viral, and we're not going to allocate any money to advertising, right? Like, I used to work in big ad agencies, and I'll say, like, that wasn't a question of whether you're going to be advertising or not, right? So it's all and again, there's, everybody's at different places in their business. So I say that obviously in context to where you are in business, right? If you're brand new in business and you have no idea what you're doing, you have no idea how to get a client, you have no idea, of anything, then I obviously wouldn't say, all right, put all your money to Facebook ads. But if you have been in business for a while, a little bit, and you do see that, okay, I know how to get clients, I know what my offer is, all the things, like, Facebook ads can absolutely help you grow your business faster. It absolutely can. I'm living proof of that because I've got, like, I don't even know, like 6,000 or 7,000 people in my Facebook group. I've got over 10,000 people on my email list, and I've got a following online, so I can show up. And I know when I show up and I run my Facebook ads consistently, that it actually helps the business a lot. So this is just one way to do things, right? But when we are doing things, I want you to do things that you're going to be consistent at, and that you're getting actual results. So measurable results is a really important thing. So if you have tried Facebook ads, maybe you run it a while ago and you aren't really privy to the fact that things have changed massively in the past 6 months, I want you to know if you're starting your ads and if things are not working the way that they used to, and that's because things have changed. Like, it has all changed around. And I want everybody to know and understand this so that they change how they're doing things. It has changed. So in the context of specifically of Facebook ads, the major changes that have happened is that audiences don't matter as much anymore. They just don't. And creative does. Okay. So if you're putting in all your time and energy, you want to put all your time and energy into your creative to do enough testing so that you know what works. So you can definitively say that it works, right? And again, we're marketers. We don't give up. Right? We do not give up. We can make this work in our business. All right. So The third thing I want to talk about today is, sorry, our dynamic ads, Facebook ads, the face of the future. And I say yes. Okay. I'm going to take a sip of my water here. Sorry, a little tickle in my throat. I've been speaking, just did a summit interview, and now went straight into live stream. So our dynamic ads, the wave of the future. And I think, yes, I love dynamic ads. I think in general, like I said, creative testing is what it's all about. Creative testing is what it's all about. Okay. So if I was going to have you focus on any one thing to make your Facebook ads work and get the results that you desire, when I say results that you desire, there's only really two types of ads that I run now. I run a ad in which to get leads or grow my email list. And then I also run an ad in which to get sales, direct sales, right? Those are the only two. Everything else is out the window, and I can do a whole live stream on that. But measurable results, right? So when we talk about that, we're talking about in the context of dynamic creative. And so if I was starting an ad, and let's say I first started a Facebook ad and I wanted to get leads, but it's costing me $20 a lead and I do not want to pay that much, right? I don't want to pay. I don't like the results I'm getting with my Facebook ads because I don't want to pay so much for my leads, right? I want to reduce the amount of spend on my leads. Well, how can you do that? You can do that and improve your results by testing out more ad creative. And when I say ad creative, I mean ad copy and ad design. And you can test those things out faster using something called dynamic creative, okay? And here's why I love dynamic creative. Give me a hashtag live, give me a hashtag replay if you're here with me live or on the replay, by the way. I don't know who's watching with me. It's hard to tell. I'm live streaming with StreamYard for a minute. And we're live streaming on all channels. So again, if you guys are just joining me, my name is Tammy P. I'm an ads and marketing expert. And we are live streaming on all channels, meaning we're live streaming in groups, in a Facebook. I think some of the places didn't work today, but hey, whatever. I'm doing the best I can. LinkedIn, YouTube, and all the places. So you can feel free to watch this either live or on the replay. I'll also be, if you're on my email, we'll be putting this out as the email newsletter tomorrow so people can consume the content. So when I get back and I talk about the context of what we are talking about right now, which is our dynamic Facebook ads, the wave of the future, and I think yes. And the reason being is because I'm leaning into what's working, right? I'm leaning into what's working right now, and it's all about creative testing, okay? If you're not getting the results that you want, it's because you have not done the due diligence of testing them, okay, with creative. Okay, so here's why I love dynamic creative. The main reason why is you can test a lot of creative faster. And it may sound like a lot when I say this, but I have I have an exact methodology for doing my dynamic creative, and I like teach it to my students. I teach it to my clients. But for this live stream today, what I love about dynamic creative is you can set up one ad. So you can set up one ad campaign with dynamic creative, and you can test out up to 10 different ad designs. So we're thinking one campaign, one budget, right? One campaign, one budget. And we can test up to 10 different ad designs. And we can test up to 5 different pieces of copy, right? 5 different pieces of copy. So let me repeat this again and why I love dynamic Facebook ads and why I think they're so powerful to utilize them. And again, I don't think people are fully utilizing them as much as they can. You can test out, again, one ad campaign, right? So let's say you start one ad campaign to run to your lead magnet to get leads, right? So we're picking leads. We can do one budget. So let's say you're starting your budget at $20 a day. And we can test out lots and lots of creative using dynamic creative. We can utilize and test out with one budget, one campaign, 10 different pieces of ad creative, and 5 different pieces of copy. Now, do you have to test out 10 creative? You don't. You do not. But I like to. I like to create a bunch of different creatives because what that does is it gives me faster numbers so that I know what my clients or what my ideal audience really loves, right? And so a lot of times we just, honestly, we're posting and doing our marketing and we're not really paying attention to the results that we're getting, right? And so I want you, if you feel like you're like overworked and you feel like it's so much of this marketing, like I hear like people say, I just don't love doing my marketing or whatever it is, pay attention to the results and lean into what's working, right? So what I love about dynamic creative is that I can actually see what's working faster. And so I can create more of the content that my ideal audience loves, right? And I will give you a little hint here. When it comes to ad design, like the color scheme that you pick matters, right? So when I was running a certain type of ad, a lot of the ads that I love running right now is direct to sell my course. So I've been running sale ads, direct to sell my course. And I was testing out a lot of different like color schemes. So in the winter months, kind of this background here that we see that's kind of like purpley blue on this background of the StreamYard, that was working really, really well. To sell my courses, right, on my ad design. And I changed it up to more like spring colors, and those started working better. So like what's amazing is you can run an ad for like a week or two, and then you can see what's working faster, right? And it's based on the results that you want. So it's like you want to sell courses and you're like, oh, this works. Then you're like, okay, I'm going to keep doing that and more of it, if that makes sense. All right, I digress. Now, the other thing that I really love, and I alluded this, is that like it's on the same budget. So a lot of times people are like, well, is Facebook ads, like, can I even do Facebook ads, right? Like, do I have the budget for it? And in my opinion, I think everybody does. In the initially, I recommend getting good at, getting a result, right? So let's say the result is we want to get leads. Put that system in place for you. And I call it a system because it really is. You can turn on your ads at any time. And the system can work for you. But in general, like being open to like, okay, I don't have to run ads like all the day, right? So a lot of times people are just like, oh, I just kept my ad on for weeks and weeks and weeks and I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. Well, that's mostly because you allowed them to stay on, right? And at any time, if we're not getting the results we want, we can turn our ads off and restart and test some new things. We can look at our budget every single month and go, you know what? Like I only have X amount, I have X amount of dollars to work with this month. And this is how I'm going to utilize it to be successful with Facebook ads. We don't have to keep them running all the time. So in my opinion, like going back to, do I believe everyone can learn Facebook ads? The answer is yes. And I think everybody should. Because again, it's such a game changer in business. It is an absolute life changer in my business. And then you don't have to, like, we can work with any budget really. So there is no particular budget you need to work, but you do need to know your budget, right? You need to know your numbers so that you're not just wasting money. So that was a little side note. So I'm going to do a recap and then I'll see if anyone has on the Q&A. I'll pop into my group and see if anyone has any questions in the Q&A. Again, we're talking about this week on the live stream. We're talking about dynamic creative with Facebook ads in 2024. So I'm going to put that back up here and we're going to do a quick little recap. So as I'm doing my little recap and talking about what I have available this week, if you're on the live stream now and you have any questions for me about dynamic creative, Facebook ads, or anything else, pop them in the chat. And if I see any of the questions come through, I'll definitely address them and we'll do a little bit of a Q&A. But what I wanted to talk about here is the fact that when we're talking about dynamic creative ads in 2024, like things have changed. So if you have not used dynamic creative, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend you trying it and setting up your ads with dynamic creative. It'll absolutely, I think it'll be like change how you run ads. I believe that anyone can learn how to run Facebook ads. Anyone could be a pro at it. It's not as complicated as it used to be. And again, because Meta's going towards machine learning and automated, so there's a lot less stuff we have to pick in order to be successful, right? So that's one thing that I wanted to speak about. And then what's new with Facebook ads really is, if I want to sum it up, audiences don't matter as much anymore, but creative does. So a lot more creative, okay? Not just one, we got to come up with a lot. And if like initially we start our ad and we just have one that we're testing, cool, that's fine. But then we need to keep creating new creative, right? In order to move in the direction of getting better results, because that's pretty much what matters when it comes to Facebook ads now. Last thing I wanted to talk about is, are dynamic Facebook ads the face of the future? And I think they are. I think they're fabulous to utilize, especially when you're first starting a campaign, to see and see your results faster, and then also see what your audience loves. So the beautiful thing about it, if I just want to recap here, is that you only need one campaign, one ad campaign with one budget, and you can test up to 10 different ad designs and 5 different creatives, 5 different copy, right? And so you're not utilizing as much of a budget, but you can get enough results to know what's working and lean into that so that you can start moving in the direction of getting better results with your Facebook ads over time, especially if you're new to it, right? So that's what I wanted to say about dynamic Facebook ads. So I want everybody to know before we roll into the Q&A. So again, if you are having questions, go ahead and feel free and drop those in the chat, and I'll take those in a moment here. But the last thing I wanted to share with everybody is I have a workshop coming up. So I have a dynamic ads workshop. It's going to be all about dynamic ads and how to utilize dynamic ads to run Facebook ads, which I think, like, again, something that I started with and I really started leaning back into December, January of last year. And it's changed the way that I run ads. It's changed the way that I recommend running ads for my students and my clients and all the things. So if you are interested in learning more about dynamic ads and how to set those up for your business so that you can be successful with Facebook ads, I am running a workshop on June 20th. So it's coming up in a little bit here, 9 days. And it's $7. So I'll be putting it out. If you're on my email list, I'll be putting it out publicly soon. I'm just finishing it up. But you can go ahead if you're interested. Again, it's $7 workshop. It's on June 20th, and I do a large comprehensive workshop. So this is going to be a 2-hour workshop. It's very hands-on. It's very step-by-step. Like, I'm going to be cracking open my ads manager and actually showing you how I set things up. And I work with lots and lots of clients every single day. So, and on lots of things. So if you're interested in the dynamic ads workshop that's coming up on June 20th, comment dynamic below. It's only $7. And even if you cannot attend live, you'll get the replay as well. And then we've got some bonuses as well. So I'll be putting that out there soon. It's either going to be today or tomorrow. And definitely if you're on my email list, you'll receive it. And I'll also be putting it on social media. So comment the word dynamic below if you're interested in jumping into that workshop. And again, it's going to be a 2-hour workshop, very hands-on, step-by-step, how to set up those dynamic Facebook ads so that you can be successful. Only $7. I highly recommend it. And then it's going to be like, it's going to be a workshop, full workshop in Zoom. And I do the training where I'm going to show you how to do all the stuff, the technical stuff. But we'll also include we're going to include a Q&A as always. So I always have I'll have the training on dynamic. We'll also do the Q&A, only $7. So drop in that comments if you're either live or on the replay. Drop in that comment dynamic, and I will get you the information. I'd love to have all you on. All right, so that's what's going on this week. Now we're rolling into the Q&A. So if anyone has questions, again, I've got a couple more minutes here before my next call. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to pop into the couple chats and see if anyone has questions for me before we hop off for the day. All right, cool. I'm still new to StreamYard, so it's only been my second StreamYard, and some of the things didn't work. So I have the live stream, I think, going on my StreamYard to like 5 channels on Facebook, but it didn't post on a couple. So sorry. If you're not seeing it, you can watch it on the replay, and I'll also get it out. I'll have the replay also going out to my main email list tomorrow, so everybody can view the content. And then we'll also have the $7 workshop as well available tomorrow. So again, if you're interested, comment. Go ahead and comment dynamic if you want to jump in on that. All right, so let me see. I don't know if I see any comments in here. Let me see here. It's hard to see sometimes with this stuff. And if I'm missing you, I'm missing you. So sorry. I'm not sure if I see any comments in here. Let me see. All right, cool. I don't think I see any. All right, so I think we are good. Not really sure. Let me check. I'm going to pause for a second here. All right. I think that is it. I'm trying to see what else is going on here. I think that's it. I don't see any comments unless I missed somebody. But again, if you're live or on the replay, give me a hashtag live, hashtag replay. And this piece of content is all about dynamic creative. It's a little bit on what we covered today was all about dynamic creative with Facebook ads in 2024. And again, we will have the replay going out via email tomorrow on Wednesday, as well as the $7 workshop, which is going to be on dynamic. Love to have all of you guys join. So I hope this is really helpful today. And again, I'll be back next week. I'm really, like I said, committed to going live every week. So I'm excited to work with all of you. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out. Feel free to DM me. I'm talking to people all day long. So I hope this is super helpful. Again, my name is Tammy P, Facebook ads expert. And I hope you enjoyed the training on dynamic creative. All right. I'll see everybody next week and I will talk soon. Bye.